Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we are checking out Spectrum, the brand new character and featured recently in WandaVision as Monica Rambeau. So we're checking her out, seeing how well she does in some PvE content, as we normally do for new characters that are released. And she has some of the prettiest skills in the game. Visually speaking, her 5 is gorgeous, her 4 is gorgeous, her 3 is gorgeous. And she also has some pretty amazing skills, especially for a regular tier 2 character. She also has a really good leadership to boot. So she kind of has it all. Now, as far as her rotation goes, I'm doing a pretty simple 3, delayed cancel 4, delayed cancel 5, and then letting 5 proc out, and then hitting up with the 2. The 2 actually has pretty good damage at the end. You definitely want to start your rotation with 3 because of the accumulation. But there's actually a couple of different ways you can play the character. You can actually choose to proc on 4, and I'll show you what that looks like here. Damage is not amazing, but you can. Procking on 2 is not a bad idea either. The 2 has some pretty amazing damage, but the best thing I think is to proc on 5, as you can see there, and let that play out. Actually, letting that play out is a really good idea. Maybe I'll stop canceling that into 2 and just let that play out. But anywho, that is what she's able to do. It's a quick little brief little showcase of what she can do. We got down to about 9 bars in about a minute. Again, we were, going through different rotations. Let me just try that one more time. We're gonna do 30 seconds of uninterrupted 5 content, because actually that was a lot more damage than I was expecting. She has accumulation based on damage dealt, so you don't have to worry about getting hit, which is really great. But yeah, 5 and 2 are really the money makers for her. But can you just sit in the 5? Wow, you can. And you do almost 2 bars of damage. 2 is going to keep her protected. And yeah, you just sit on the 5 there. The proc was late for sure. So there is some inconsistency with her damage. Yeah, that's pretty inconsistent there. But you do anywhere from 1 to 2 bars of damage. Not sure why we're down to just doing 1 bar per rotation now. There we procced on... seems like we procced on 4 and 5. Okay, we did more than 40 seconds. Let's just do 50 seconds. That was pretty good. That was 11 bars. We got down to almost half 11 in 50 seconds. The reason why I'm trying to get a taste here is because we're going to do the classic Cersei test-off. Now, for those of you that don't know, Spectrum, Monica Rambeau, is a premium character right now. There is going to be a faction battle event which will allow you to gain biometrics for her for free, which will be the way that you get her completely for free. But otherwise, you're going to have to spend a bio sub, like a bio subscription, or a one of the new subscription models that they have. I can't remember what it's called, but it's actually more expensive. But anywho, you could... It's actually kind of crazy. Wow. You could take 50 seconds to do as much damage as Cersei did in 15 seconds. So, yeah, as a regular tier 2 character, it's a little bit tough to recommend characters nowadays. Like, even Blue Marvel has flexibility for PvE and PvP, but Monica, unfortunately, she has a good leadership. She has a great leadership. She has a 36% energy attack and 36% ignore dodge leadership. That's very, very strong. And that will get even better when you transcend her, because you need ignore dodge for Null, World Boss, Legend. And you can use her as a great leadership against Quicksilver, against Corvus, etc. But as you can see, there are very, very few tier 2 characters that can compete with Cersei these days, and she is completely free. Whereas Monica Rambeau Spectrum is only going to be free for a short amount of time. So the rest of the review obviously is going to happen after I transcend her. That's going to be a really big part of her stat bump. And after I transcend her, she might actually end up being better than Cersei. Hopefully she is, because it would be crazy if Cersei's better than a transcended character. But just keep that in mind, right? If you're getting Monica, if you're getting Spectrum, just to keep her at tier 2, there are better blast characters that are much easier to get, much cheaper. But I would say this, if you get her for free from the faction battle, and you should if you're just playing the game now, build her up to at least 6 stars, because you can take advantage of that amazing leadership. It's really good leadership. So at the very, very least, she's a solid leadership, and then she'll have more damage and more value. Oh, when hit. Oh, maybe that was why. Maybe that's why her damage fluctuates. You have to get hit to get that 20% attack buff for 5 seconds. I don't really like that, to be honest. So I'm not sure if I'm going to recommend you guys doing that. But she also has a 60% energy damage reduction, which is really nice for her for her defensiveness in PvE, and then she always bumps her crit damage by 50%, which is actually just crazy. She's gonna be really, really good. Anywho, she doesn't have chain hit damage. That is the one thing she's sort of lacking. So you could use a rage with her. I'll give you guys some obelisk recommendations. I have a crit rate 180 proc, a crit damage 180 proc, or 200 proc would be fine. She may need crit damage and crit rate. No, she doesn't need crit rate. She just needs crit damage. So yeah, I wouldn't give her a crit rate obelisk. She gets 20% crit rate right there. You could also give her a CTP of Rage. I would caution against giving her a CTP of Judgment. Some people might jump to CTP of Judgment because she has one elemental skill, Electric Discharge. As you saw from the proc, the damage here is not that good. It's not terrible, but it's not good enough to justify the Judgment, because a Judgment, a CTP of Judgment, or a Lightning damage proc is not going to buff Solar Waves damage. It's not going to buff Energy Blast, Spectrum Dash, or Crossbuster. That's a really cool name for a skill, by the way. Crossbuster. It's only going to buff Electric Discharge. You could give her like a crit damage, lightning damage proc obelisk, but someone like Thor or Beta Ray Bill would benefit from that much more than she would. So I would just strongly recommend against any sort of investment on the elemental side. However, I will point this out. The fact that she has one elemental damage skill, yes, it makes sense from a comic standpoint of view because she can convert into all different kinds of energy, so why not electrical energy? But it's the perfect excuse for them to put her in the all-war fragment farming. Because, as you guys know, you have to be an elemental damage character to be in the all-war fragment farming. But in the case of someone like Loki, this MFer only has one elemental skill. Someone actually pointed this out to me on Twitch about Monica, and now I'm connecting the dots with Loki, because if you go over to Loki's character, that's not Loki. How many skills deal elemental damage? Just one. You can see there 5, 4, 3, and 2 are all just energy, and then just Sudden Slice is cold damage. So I am fairly certain, I would bet easily $100 that she's going to be in next month's fragment farming for the all war. This is a very telling piece of information. So anywho, let's go ahead and transcend her and see what she can do. We're going to awaken Monica's potential. Let's see what this looks like. Let's go. Let's go. She's gorgeous. Really beautiful character model. And then we're going to go ahead and level up her skill. We didn't do that last time, so we will do that this time. Bada bing, bada boom. Max Plasma Strike. Very, very nice. So for her rotation, you would do what? You would do 3 cancel 5 cancel 6. You can, so the thing is, it's more difficult to proc on, which is why a rage might be really good for her, even though she doesn't have any guaranteed crit rate. I really wish she had guaranteed crit rate. She does have the crit damage, but you can actually cancel 5 once she disappears. So see, she's gone, and now it'll continue to rain down. So she would actually be really good for a rage in the sense that you could do 3, 5, 4, and the rage proc would just absorb all that damage. She would be actually, I think, preferable with a rage. It would make it much easier to play her. But of course, we all know energy, pierce, yada yada yada. But yeah, I would say a proc or rage. And then like if you just want to make it work for null specifically, maybe an energy. But let's see what we get on the gears here. We're not gonna do any kind of movement-based chakra. Oh god, I got destroyed. Not chakra, any sort of movement-based charm. Yeah, we're getting destroyed here. Can we just stay on single digits, please? Yes. No, of course not. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, another very expensive gear upgrade here. Oh, the pain, Michael. 18 and then 8. 20. Okay. We have not seen a single digit roll on the last 3 years for the last 3 rolls. You only see single digits on the first 2, and then it's all double digits from there. Okay, yes. Okay, so we made a little comeback there at the end. We got a little wily with it. We got a little dicey with it. I think we still spent about, was that 2,000? Or I think it was close to 2,000. It was like 1,700. I'm getting wrecked recently. I think it's on average 1,500, but I've been easily like 1,750, 2,000 for these characters. And these are not native tier 2 characters. These are tier 1 characters. So yeah. Anywho, I'll stop complaining now. She gains about 16,000 HP, which is a surprisingly high amount. And she only gains 8,000 energy attack. It's a bit low, to be honest with you. But okay, let's go and transcend her and see. Okay, agent level. Man, she gets double the HP as she does energy attack. Sure. Spectrum, the sun goddess. All right. And so because she has that leadership now, we can go ahead and take her into World Boss Legend against Null here, and we can use her own leadership, which is really great. You also have her for the female requirement if she can do it. I don't know if she can do it. She can't do this because this is male, but then she could do this because she is human, but then she can't do that. So she's somewhat available between stage 1 and stage 29. She's somewhat available. Actually, she's available beyond 29 as well because it's blast from there. So she actually has a decent amount of availability versus the requirements. There's really only a 10 stage gap from 20 to 24 and 10 to 14 where that's not even 10 stages, but whatever, where she's not available. Let's do the classic test here. You know, no team up. Who am I gonna drop here? Let's drop these goofballs. No team up, and let's see what she can do. Okay, so for this test, also keep in mind we are using Spectrum's leadership, so we should see a little bit more production for her because she has 100% ignore dodge uptime at all times, and she has as well 36% all attack. Okay. Here we get the 5-4 combo to land. Not bad there, not bad. We're gonna wait for her. We procced on 5 there. Yeah, that's why I think a traditional proc is going to sort of suffer, or it's not going to look as good on her. Wow, we actually missed the very next proc after that as well. A little bit disappointing there. Let's proc on 5 and 4. Yeah, 5 and 4 seems really nice to proc on. Oh, we didn't skip the cage there despite having the co-op skill ready. That was a bit of a disappointment. There we procced on 5, unfortunately, so we're not going to pop the 6 because we definitely want to proc on 6. Okay. One really nice thing is, we actually canceled 5 too early. That's a bummer. It doesn't seem like there's much worth in playing out the 6, eh? There's not a lot of damage after the initial tornado. But one nice thing is she does give herself invincibility on the 3, so she almost never gets knocked back. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but this is a bit slow, especially with a 36% leadership. This is definitely slower than I expected from Spectrum. So yeah, but we are missing a few procs here and there because the 5 just happens to proc for us when we don't want it to. But there we go. So that took about 1:50. That's not very good, in my opinion. I would not be super impressed with that, especially with the amount of Pierce that I have. Other characters are able to burst through the entire phase with their Transcended skill, or at least half of the phase, you know, and not all of them have uniforms per se. So yeah, I do think that she is a little bit underwhelming offensively when you compare her to other Transcended characters. Keep in mind she does have, like I said, the leadership, and at tier 2 she almost keeps up with, well, not quite keeps up, but she's close-ish to Cersei, so I think she may be a good investment at tier 2, but I think if you're going to be transcending her at this point in the game, you're doing it for the leadership and mostly that, and then for other benefits. I don't think as a standalone character she's going to impress you too much at high-end content. She can do lower-end content, and she's going to be very smooth because, like I said, invincibility and the heal and the accumulation all wrapped into one skill. So as far as a character that's very easy to play, she's going to be up there. She's not going to get guard broken. She's not going to get knocked back, interrupted. She's going to be able to smoothly go through all of her skills. She's got a long iframe on 5 defensively. So she's an interesting character for sure. I think nowadays for new characters, we are expecting them to run with the meta, and that's not always the case. But I do think that for a character that's about to be free, you don't want to miss her at all. Because like I said, amazing leadership, Really, really good leadership. Cannot say enough about this. This lead is like 2 leaderships in one, on top of the fact that she's going to have some value. Well, to be seen, but I'm suspecting that. And then as far as ease of play, she's super duper easy to play. Like, you've seen it in other videos where characters get knocked back, characters get interrupted, and it sort of messes with the flow. She's got a very easy skill flow and very, very easy play style and satisfying animations. Is she going to knock your socks off offensively? No. So take that for what it is. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Spectrum. I'm going to be slapping a rage on her, I think, because I don't really want to deal with the inconsistent procs. And if she surprises me with a rage, I'll make a follow-up video, or maybe I'll just make a follow-up video of multiple of these characters, like Quasar and Spectrum and whatever, with CTPs, since I already covered them with obelisks. Let me know what you think, if you'd like a one dedicated video per, or just amalgamate them into like a supercut. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.